What's going on, YouTube? Back on Mesozoico, and today I got for y'all the official Mesozoico PvP tier list. This is the official one just because I said so. See down below, we got all of our creatures in alphabetical order. I'm going to be ranking them all the way from S tier, meaning the best, to A tier, meaning pretty good, B tier. You know, theoretically, you want every creature to be on B tier. That is a great game. C tier, a little bit below average. D tier, a lot below average. And F tier, just really useless, really bad. I'm going to be ranking all these on their PvP abilities, and I'm going to be, putting them all on this list if they had a good player. For example, a new player on Ceratosaurus will not be good, but I'm going to be taking this, as if there's a good player on Ceratosaurus who, knows their abilities, knows how to use them. So all these creatures are going to be, ranked in mind that they have a good player using them. I do have a decent amount of experience with this game, so if you are a new player, maybe take some of this into consideration when choosing what you want to play. Some creatures are going to be a lot harder to get good at, but all these creatures in S tier and A tier are very solid picks, especially when you learn how to use them. With that being said, let's get right to it. Hope y'all enjoy. Alright, and starting us off, first up, a Kilosaurus, the only Ceratopsian we have, definitely A tier. It is very strong overall, just very good, decent stamina, decent speed, ton of health. It actually recently got buffed. I mean, you can't not put it in A tier, and pretty much beats everything 1v1. I guess a really good Cerato could beat it if the Kilo's not that great. Simotyrannus has kind of a hard time choking it, because if you're good at Kilo, they can't really bite your head. They can only bite your neck. So I mean, it's overall just, a good pick, really easy to use also. Definitely a high A tier, almost S tier, but I'm not going to put it in S tier. Does take a decent time to grow, and it can be beat, but it is very difficult. Definitely a solid high A tier. And moving on, a Kilobator. I think a Kilo, we got a Kilo, now a Kilo, I think it's like saying, put it at B tier. It is good, can latch, but it can also be easily killed. Don't have a ton of health. Does have a good pack size, is decent bleed, and B is good. If something's in B tier, that's good. I mean, you theoretically want a game where everything is in B tier. But yeah, Kilobator, it's very strong, when it's in a big group, but it can also be easily killed, don't have a ton of health, can be beaten, but it is a solid pick, can climb up and stuff, and yeah, you can't really go wrong with it. Now, moving on to Ceratosaurus. I kind of want to put it in S tier, just because it had that buff and a good Cerato, and that's what we're doing this of. Each dinosaur at its top limit, max potential. A good player on a Cerato is very nasty. I don't know though. Is it better than Kilosaurus? I think it is. It has way more stam. Has a little bit more speed. Can group up to 3. Takes a fair amount of less time to grow. And like I said, a good Cerato is nasty. A good Cerato can beat in a Kilo. A good Cerato can definitely beat in a Kilo. It is difficult, but I think it's honestly an S tier right now. It is so strong with that damage buff. It's just really nasty. Its leg fracture is literally insane. So yeah, I'm going to keep it S tier. I might move it later, but I think I'm going to keep it S tier for right now. I think it's pretty safe right there. Alright, on to our first semi-aquatic, Concavenador. I think it's high B tier. I really do. I would put it in A tier, but it kind of just can't really do much, compared to other mid tiers. Kind of get stomped by all other mid tiers. Can't really beat any of them. Can only group up to 2, but it does have that semi-aquatic going for it. Does very good against small tiers, and stuff in water it can still mess up. But if you try to fight a Cerato with it or anything, Cerato leg breaks you, you're done for. And a Kilo, snaps you or it charges you, you're done for. It can't really do much other mid tiers, but it's still definitely not bad. Very fun play style. If this is on a list of what's the most fun to play, Conk would be S tier in my opinion. Very fun, and it is a solid B tier, almost A tier, but I'm gonna keep it B tier just because it can't really do too much when it is on land. It does have the tail whip with stress, but I mean, it just have to stress something full grown. It takes so long to get it high enough stress to actually, impact the fight. Yeah, it is good. Very survivable though. You can easily, survive on it for as long as you want. Very easily, very good survivability. Now, Dilophosaurus, our second small tier. Dilophosaurus is going to go to A tier. I think Dilo is very strong. I think it's a lower mid A tier, definitely not better than the Kilosaurus. But I do think Dilo is better than the Kilobator and Conca. It is definitely strong, best bleed in the game. Very good stamina, good speed. Can pack up to 3. Two Dilos can pretty much 2v1 most mid tiers, except maybe Ankylosaurus and Miragaia. But besides that, I mean, I tested it. Dilophosaurus 2 Dilos is very strong. The bleed is insane. You get that bleed stack. Yeah, it's very nasty and a solid A tier. Pretty easy to play too. You know, as long as you bleed stall, you will be fine. Good solid pick. Yeah, definitely A tier. Fabrosaurus. Here is our first F tier. I mean, it sucks. I guess you can burrow, but who wants to do that? I mean, you could have the best Mesozoico player ever. Taking on Fabrosaurus, you got anything else, you're going to kill it in like one bite. I don't know really how to make this thing good, because it only weighs like 20 kilograms. I guess it's somewhat of a fun playstyle, maybe. I don't know, I've never even grown one before. It's F tier, can't do anything. Gallimimus. I said I'm not going to be biased. I love Gally. This might be controversial. I think Gally's a low A tier. I definitely think Gallimimus is A tier. I think it's better than Kilobator. I do. And Conker. Just because, you know, it is the only creature that technically has invincibility. You pop your feathered and you are invincible for like half a second. It's also very good stamina, very fast, and a good Galley player, you know, taking each playable at its best is going to stomp you. It's not going to try to run and hit you. It's going to stomp you. It's going to give you leg break. It's going to do a ton of damage. Do very good bleed, and also a good Galley player knows how to climb up stuff. If you don't know how to do that, you can watch my Gallimimus video. So teach you how to do that. Will be in the description down below. But yeah, definitely Gallimimus A tier, low A tier. I love Galley, very fun to play, and you know, very survivable too. You can survive a long time with it. Gallimimus, a good Gallimimus beats a good Kilo 1v1 most of the time. Kilo, yeah, no, a good Galley beats a good Kilo. If anyone disagrees, we can 1v1, and I stand on that. Moving on, Mayasaurus. OG Maya a few weeks ago would have been here, maybe here. Now it's going to be B tier. Maya right now isn't that strong. It just, I don't know. Most of its attacks do hardly any damage. The ones that do damage take a lot of stam. It's just not that good. It's really not that good. It's kind of like a walking meat bag. I guess a good Maya is still nasty, but which B tier isn't bad. B tier by no means is bad, but a Maya is only like a shell of itself of what it was. It was, I mean, insane a few weeks ago when I first started playing, a month or something back. I don't know. It's been way more than a month. It was insane. Now though, it got nerfed and it is just not that good. Everything else kind of got buffed. It's just meh. I mean, it's all right, but there's so many better options. Alright, on to our other very small creature, Microraptor. I give Microraptor D tier just because it has the ability to fly. And it does a small amount of bleed. I don't think Fabro does no bleed. So Microraptor D tier, you can kill babies with it. It can glide, not fly, it can glide. Still kind of in the same boat as being useless like the Fabro. But I will put it in D tier, just to, you know, put a little respect on the gliding ability of it. And on to our second newest creature. Yes. Early access, still Miragaia. Actually, I had to add my own picture because when I recorded this, it does not have its own picture yet. That is not what it looks like in the game. Miragaia's S tier. I think it's the strongest creature in the game right now. Its really only weakness is its neck to a Simotyrannus. And I know y'all are going to be in the comments, it's so easy to choke it, it's so easy. Look, first of all, when you choke it, it's 50-50. You know, that's never guaranteed. If you're a good player, I guess those odds go up. If you're a bad player, they go down. But your most likely scenario is you're going to choke it out, then you're going to turn around, there's going to be a full-grown Aquilo staring at you, or another full-grown Miragaia. So choking something out usually isn't what you want to do. That's like last resort, or just a 1v1 scenario, which, you know, they can hurt up to 6. So I don't want to hear the choking stuff. Yes, it can choke out Miragaia. It's not too hard, especially if you got 2 of them. But Miragaia not really going to be solo most of the time. Yeah, it's very strong, and I think it still going to get like poison added to it. It's not even finished yet, and it is the strongest creature in the game. It's the heaviest, hits the hardest. Yeah, it is very nasty. Definitely top S tier. Pachycephalosaurus. I think Pachy's C tier. It's kind of underwhelming. I thought it'd be a little stronger. I guess you kind of bully Kilos, but it runs out of stam very quickly, especially if you're trying to charge stuff. It runs out of stam way too quick. It's kind of underwhelming. I don't know, I think it needs to be a little faster or a little bit more damage or something. Papayasaurus. Papaya is C tier, which I like it being C tier because you do have to pay for it, pay Robux for it, so it's very balanced. Now, like I said with Conga, Papaya is very fun, very unique. Is he like the only creature that can eat the fish and grab stuff like berries? Just this little glide and dive, very cool, very unique, but it's not strong. It's super slow on land. They used to be able to kill Conkas because you kind of just follow them, but now Conkas can turn around very easily in water, so you can't even do that anymore. Yeah, it's C tier. It kind of sucks when you're fighting with it. Alright, on to our newest addition in Mesozoico, Rugops, which I did just spend a good amount of time playing it. Just made a Rugops video. I think Rugops is B tier, behind Conka, ahead of Akilo. Pretty much tied with Akilo. I think Rugops is in a very good spot. It's the fastest creature in the game. But it also runs out of stamina super fast. Like 20 seconds you're out of stamina. So you can get caught up very easily. But like I said, it's very quick. It can group up to 3, which is not that bad. Does a decent good amount of damage. You know, head up against Galley or Akilo, you're going to destroy it with Rugops. I actually killed 2 almost full-grown Dilos, or they might have been full-grown Dilos. They definitely weren't the best Dilo players. They were just trying to fight me, you know, head up, and I actually killed them with a Rugops. I don't know how I did that. But yeah, I think it's a good B tier. Right there, solid choice, solid spot. On to our final creature, Simo Tyrannus. I'm either thinking high B or low A. I love Simo, but Sarah's so much better. I'm gonna put it low A because it is the only creature of one-shot potential, and it can one-shot any creature above it, and you know, any creature below it. It can one-shot anything. Just because of that, I think you kind of got to respect it. It does have good speed also. Don't have good stam. Cerato can run you down if you're a Simo. But I think it's low A just because it has that one-shot potential. But besides that, it's not really crazy good at anything. I think it's better than Galley. I think it's better than Galley. Yeah. Just because it's, you know, it still does have a decent amount of health. Or a good amount of health, actually. Don't do a ton of damage, but it does have a, you know, good amount of health for its speed, for sure. Yeah, I think it's ahead of Galley. Like I said, it's the only creature that can one-shot, but you do have to be, you know, somewhat decent at a mini-game. So I'm going to put it right there in A. Yeah, I think it's a good spot for it. And there you have it, my official Mesozoico tier list. Yeah, looks pretty good. Let me know in the comments down below what y'all would change, you know, what y'all would move up, what y'all would move down. I think it's a pretty good list. Yeah, I don't really see nothing that too controversial. Maybe Maya might be kind of controversial, Gallimimus. Besides that, it looks pretty good. Maybe some people would say Cerato A tier. I don't know though. I honestly think it's a pretty good list. And like I said, I have a decent knowledge about this. So yeah, man, let me know down below what y'all would switch up and what y'all would move. If you did enjoy this video, make sure to like, subscribe, and comment down below. Thank you so much for watching. See y'all next time. Peace!